The first Supreme store was designed with the idea that skaters could skate inside and hang out there. Among the skaters who gathered, there were Justin Pierce and Harold Hunter, who would later star in the legendary Larry Clark film, Kids. Loop of Death, the skateboarding challenge that almost killed Tony Hawk. Supreme is not a typical clothing brand. Every season he appears on the pages of trend magazines, not because of his new clothing items, which usually follow the classic patterns of the skater style, but because of the accessories with his logo, for which thousands of fans from all over the world queue up, real or virtual, with a wad of bills in hand. Among the novelties that Supreme has launched for this spring-autumn 2021 season, we can find a kite, a baseball bat, a mini refrigerator from the Smeg brand, some cereals, a jet ski, or a Delft ceramic beer mug. Supreme Jet Ski Supreme. But what is the origin of Supreme, and why has it ended up being so well known and coveted? Coming up next, we tell you. The origin of Supreme is linked to the arrival of its founder, James Jebbia, in New York in 1983. The son of an American soldier and an English teacher, Jebbia grew up in England, but at the age of 19, he decided to go to New York. He was a true fan of urban culture and absolutely soaked in it in a bustling NY, witnessing the birth of hip-hop and the culture of graffiti and skateboarding. When he first arrived, he made a living selling backpacks on the street until he found work in one of the coolest fashion stores of the moment, Parachute. Working there, Jebbia understood the secret to selling items at very high prices: exclusivity, foundation on which Supreme will eventually be based. Any fashion fanatic will pay almost literally anything to have something that very few or no one else has. The rise of Supreme, 30 years of U.S. urban culture. Press preview at Art Curial in Paris, Cheese Knot, Getty Images. Not much else is known about Jebbia. In 1989, he created a company that imported English brand clothing to the United States, Union NYC, where for a time he worked alongside Sean Stussy, another of the magnates of skater clothing thanks to his Stussy brand. In 1994, the first Supreme store opened on Lafayette Street in Lower Manhattan. It is a large store, with the clothing placed on the sides of the store to leave space for skaters to skate and hang out inside the store. In this sense, it is a totally new concept, a kind of social club store. It quickly becomes one of the coolest places in the city. Several of the skaters who are often seen there are Justin Pierce and Harold Hunter, who would later star in the legendary Larry Clark film, Kids. This content is imported from YouTube. You may be able to find the same content in another format, or you may be able to find more information at their website. Watch on YouTube. This is an image. The famous Supreme logo also has an interesting history. Inspired by the work of the American artist Barbara Kruger, it is so simple that, although the brand had tried it on several occasions, it could not be officially registered until August 2020 in Europe. This has been the reason why, for years, there have been brand stores in Madrid, Barcelona, Ibiza, or Formentera, which sold fake brand products without problems. Over the years, Supreme has opened stores in Brooklyn, Los Angeles, London, Paris, and Tokyo. But what has really achieved an international impact and acquired the status of a great brand at the level of the greats of fashion have been the collaborations. Partner with big brands and release very limited editions of their products, but with the Supreme logo. Among the most important collaborations of the New York brand, we have the one it made with Louis Vuitton in 2017. Its long collaboration with the North Face, which began in 2007. The guitar it released with Fender, also in 2017. The collections together to Comme des Garçons, or with the boxing clothing brand Everlast, and of course Nike and Vans, among many others. Finally, perhaps one of the most unique aspects of Supreme is the legion of absolute fans of the brand who stand in huge lines, in real life or virtually, to get their hands on their products. How does some encourage by collecting the hype, and others by mere speculation, story, and the overall brand symbolize their rebellious youth culture? This explains why young consumers don't mind waiting in line for hours trying to access even a single Supreme item. The brand is heavily involved in art and culture, which has driven demand through consumer desire and passion. Supreme barely markets its brand, which is part of the reason it is so successful. They don't invest in paid marketing like other clothing community does. Instead, this brand is successful because of the community they built and are a part of. This brand uses its mystique to generate publicity and grow globally despite the lack of marketing. This brand uses word-of-mouth marketing to turn the launch of its products into something of an event. People usually have to travel, get tickets, get on the list, and stand in line at stores to get a Supreme item. This event generates a lot of buzz and makes the public curious about what the brand offers. Another way the brand uses hype to its advantage is through an endless line of brand trivia. They offer items that people wouldn't typically expect a streetwear brand to sell. However, once these items carry the Supreme logo, they are instantly a must-have for their fans. The brand has sold out of everything stamped with the Supreme logo, and these items are still available to purchase online at a high price. This brand understands that demand for their products is so strong that anything they make will sell out. The more random your product looks, the more sought after it is by Supreme fans. Supreme marketing strategy. Being one of the most sought-after brands globally, it is essential to understand their marketing strategies. The brand came to public attention when, in its history, a private equity firm, the Carlyle Group, made a $500 million investment in the brand. It was the first time a large private equity firm had invested in the streetwear market, and many people were wondering why Supreme. This section focuses on the brand's marketing strategies to better understand its success. Shortages that increase demand. One of the main marketing strategies implemented by the Supreme brand is scarcity. The brand has a high level of precision and discipline, evident in the launches of its collections. The brand releases a limited collection of products every Thursday at 11 a.m. Therefore, people continuously line up in front of stores to buy a single Supreme item. This causes most of their merchandise to sell out within a few seconds. These carefully crafted drops ensure that customers make a habit of returning to Supreme each week to check out the merchandise that is on sale. Supreme's approach to launching collections is quite different from all the other brands that release all their collections simultaneously. The approach takes into account human habits that are an integral part of human nature. Supreme fans automatically check their website every Thursday morning to see what's new. Customers don't have to guess when new products will be available. They are aware and always ready to buy. The best part is that once the merchandise sells out, there is a chance that Supreme will not sell it again. This has happened several times in Supreme's history and creates a high level of customer desire. Knowing that they may never have the chance to buy an item if it goes out of stock makes them want to buy it even more. Collaborations to serve a wider audience. Jebbia noticed something in the early days of Supreme's history. She noticed that the brand's customers who shopped at the New York store often wore designer clothing along with the items. He realized that his clients loved mixing high and low items by pairing Supreme products with brands like Louis Vuitton. Since the early days of Supreme's history, she has continually collaborated with other brands. Her most significant exposure came from collaborations with high-end brands such as Nike, Louis Vuitton, Nike, Lacoste, and even Timberland. These collaborations elevated the brand's status worldwide. Furthermore, the collaborations also gave credibility to the brands he collaborated with on the street. He is also famous for his collaborations with brands and celebrities, such as A$AP Rocky, Kanye West, and even Taylor the Creator. These hip-hop culture celebrities help generate word-of-mouth publicity for the brand. Once fans saw their favorite artists wearing Supreme products, they wanted one of theirs too, which helped expand Supreme's reach. The growth of social media and the resale market. Another strategy that has ensured the brand's exposure is its growth on social media and the resale market. Resale clothing is a growing segment of the clothing market as it continues to be worth billions of dollars each year. Although most customers would prefer to buy directly from a Supreme store, they also try to get them on the resale market when they can't get them. Most customers who eventually get their hands on Supreme items often resell the products online for 10 times the retail price. With items selling at such a high premium, Supreme's prestige automatically increases. Once someone buys Supreme on the resale market, the first purchase automatically becomes a reseller. This cycle generates a higher profit margin for the brand and works to make the brand even more exclusive and popular. Although Supreme did not create the process, it also helped improve the brand's growth. Most people who sell out Supreme products only buy to resell. Reselling hot products is a fairly profitable business for many people. Social networks are one of the tools to promote the resale market since they facilitate the process. Previously, you could only resell to your family, friends, and immediate community. However, with social media, you have access to a broader audience. It also helps ensure that collaborations foster brand growth. By posting online, celebrities can show off branded merchandise to their millions of followers. This makes many people want to go out and also buy an item. Play evolution of fashion tastes. Today's fashion industry is a mix of sportswear, streetwear, and luxury. Therefore, brands like Supreme are benefiting from a shift within the general public. Here we finish the story of Supreme. I hope you liked it and leave me in comments what you think of this fashion and clothing until the next video.